I paid for my parents' retirement for 15 years, but they cut me out of their will. Growing up, I was always the responsible one. When my dad hurt his back at work when I was 12, my parents made it clear I needed to step up. My younger brother Marcus was only 8, so obviously he couldn't help. By 16, I was handing over every paycheck to keep our lights on. My parents would hug me and tell me how proud they were of their little provider. Those hugs only came on payday, though. When I turned 19, I got accepted to an out-of-state college with a partial scholarship. I just needed my parents to sign the financial aid paperwork. They refused. They said the family needed me here working. Marcus got into the same college 4 years later, and they signed his papers immediately. They even took out loans for him while I was working 2 jobs to pay our rent. The thing that really trapped me happened when I was 32. I tried to reduce my monthly payments to them from $3,500 to $2,000 because my fiancé Jordan and I wanted to start saving for our wedding. My parents completely lost it. My mom called my boss and told him I was mentally unstable and stealing from my elderly parents. She cried about how I was abusing them financially. I almost lost my senior management position. HR got involved and I had to show bank statements to prove I was actually giving them money, not taking it. It was humiliating. Last year I tried again. I told them I needed to skip just 1 month because Jordan needed surgery. They showed up at my office and made such a scene that security had to escort them out. My biggest client witnessed the whole thing and dropped our company. I lost a $50,000 commission. So when they told me they were updating their will after mom had a mild stroke, I saw it as my light at the end of the tunnel. They had always promised me everything would be mine someday since I had sacrificed so much. Jordan and I always planned to move into their home that my dad built on a huge piece of land. It was our dream home. Jordan and I had just found out we needed IVF to have kids, but I told them we could start treatment after the will was finalized, and I was free. Sunday dinner came around and my parents were practically glowing. Marcus was there, which should have been my first red flag since he only visited when he needed money. Dad cleared his throat and announced they had finished with the lawyer. Everything goes to Marcus, he said simply. The house, the cars, the investments, all of it. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Then Dad said, and you'll get the family business. The family business was Dad's auto shop that had been closed for 5 years. It had $180,000 in debt plus environmental violations from oil disposal and 3 years of back taxes. This is a joke, right? I said. Marcus couldn't hide his smirk. I'll take good care of the house, bro. You're so good with money, you'll turn it around, my mom said. Jordan spoke up. That shop will bankrupt us. My mom's face hardened. You'll be fine. Besides, Marcus will give us grandchildren. You failed us there too. The final blow came when my dad added, of course, we'll still need our monthly payments while you get the shop sorted out. I stood up and walked out, all while my dad yelled about ungrateful children. In the car, Jordan showed me something on her phone. She had been documenting everything. $412,000 over 15 years. Every payment, every receipt, every bank transfer. She had also been recording my parents' threats and had video of the office incident. I've been preparing, Jordan said. I knew this day would come. My phone buzzed. It was Diane, my parents' paralegal friend. The shop has liens. Don't sign anything. Call me now. I researched the shop that night. It would need $300,000 just to break even. The environmental cleanup alone would cost $100,000. It wasn't an inheritance. It was a prison designed to keep me paying for them forever. I went back the next day with a folder of documents. I've learned from my past mistakes, I said, placing everything on the table. Here's a cease and desist letter from my lawyer. My mom started crying. How will we survive? The bank is closed. Permanently, I said. I pulled out another document. I've already notified the creditors that I won't be accepting your business. Marcus went pale. But you have to take the shop. It's family legacy. Your inheritance, your problem, I said. Hope the house sells for enough to cover it. My dad stood up red-faced. We'll destroy you. We'll call your job again. Try it, I said calmly. I have lawyers this time. I walked out as my parents turned on Marcus, demanding to know how we planned to pay for the shop debts. 3 weeks later, Diane called me urgently. She said she had something important to tell me about my grandmother's estate. Your grandmother left you a trust, she said. Your parents hid it from you. Turns out my parents had been taking money from me for longer than I thought. Full story on channel, linked below.